These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Mountain Goat. The corruption in Iraq is affecting the reinstatement of the dinar. It is my full belief that we will not see the RV we are looking for until the corruption in Iraq is taken care of. Mark Z via PDK. I'm hearing from contacts in Iraq they did indeed bring them in, bankers, to update how they're going to handle the restoration of the rate, restoring it to its old value. This is big. It's absolutely enormous for us. Frank 26 question: is the exchange going to be taxed? Oh, yeah. Have you ever made capital gains where you never had to pay tax on it? Maybe on a different planet, but not on Earth. If you exchange them inside a year's purchase, you'll be somewhere in the 40% tax range. If you hold it and you have a capital gain after 1 year of holding it, you'll probably be in the 20% range. Note, other gurus feel it will be taxed as ordinary income, not capital gains. At the appropriate time, consult your tax professionals to determine the right tax for your unique circumstances. Clear article, quote, an expected visit of an Iraqi delegation to Washington and the, quote, dinar and dollar, unquote, file is at forefront of the talks. Another, quote, high-ranking Iraqi delegation to visit the United States on the 8th of next February. The delegation, which includes economic officials from the central bank, will hold meetings with senior U.S. officials in Washington to discuss the issue of the dinar and the dollar and the economic relations between the two countries. All right, Pimpy says if you want to have a stronger exchange rate for your currency, you need a very stable government, you need a stable currency, you need a stable economy, and having 94% of your budget relying on oil revenues is not a stable economy. Al-Kazimi went in there and changed it. It used to be like 98% relied on oil revenues, and now it's down to 96%. Doesn't sound like much, but that does make a difference, and I like to see how far al-Sudani is going to get. I'm sure he's doing anything and everything he can to make as much of an impression to the people of Iraq, so when they go to early elections, they'll consider him all over again. Frank 26 article, quote, in the document, the Parliamentary Human Rights Committee calls on the central bank, the Ministry of Finance, and the concerned authorities to reduce the price of the dollar, unquote. The new exchange rate and the SCNs will suffocate the value of the dollar in Iraq. Right, Cap Bernie says what law needs to be passed now? It's not with the law, it's laws. There are over 100 outstanding laws in Iraq that need to be passed to encourage investment in Iraq. Nothing is happening with the dinar until Iraq develops a private sector economy. All right, BGG article, quote, Al Fatah selling oil in currencies other than US dollar is very possible, unquote. BGG says, I have said this and said it and said it. This is not an unrealistic set of events. Everyone wants off the US dollar. The question is, what will they get on? What if it were dinar? Wow. All right, Breitling says Iraq is still cranking the powers that be in Iraq, the people with the authority. I haven't heard one of them say this isn't going to work. We aren't going to add value to our currency. Maybe in 30 years, nothing. They're still on it. They're still very, very enthusiastic about it. They still need to weaponize their own currency is the language that they're using. So that's all good. All right, Walking Stick via Frank 26, they are talking about news, small category notes to the citizens of Iraq, which means a new exchange rate to match them. You can't put new small category notes into the market without the current exchange rate. It won't work. Frank 26 article, quote, the dollar is declining in the Iraqi market, unquote. Frank says, remember what we told you now that the IQD is depegged. The USD will fluctuate constantly until the IQD floats. All right, Pimpy says, although this past article makes a great case why the rate is going to be reinstated at $3.22, there is nothing out there that guarantees the rate at $3.22. I say that hesitantly because in an article they tell you why the rate is going to be reinstated at $3.22, and they're using quotes from individuals who are part of the United Nations and the whole 9 yards. There's places within the article which I'm going to have to elaborate a little more so people are not misled. I realize you guys are grown adults. I'm going to elaborate more and point out why there's some concerns about something being said in there.